Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed, plant content where we talk about our plants and we just try to grow them the best we can. If that sounds like something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button. Let's be plant friends. So, it is now February and we are sticking with it. We are doing a top 5 favorites of February. So, I'm going to show you my top 5 for this month. And yeah, so grab a drink, grab a snack, grab some plants, do some chores, and come hang out. Alrighty. Alright, so the first plant I'm going to show you is one that I don't really hear a lot of people talk about. It's the Sisus amazonica. And I know some of you are probably going to be like, what's so special? All of these leaves are special. All of these leaves are like new within the past like month and a half. And also, what I want to show you why this plant is so special is up here. You see? That's a reactivation of a node that had lost all of its leaves. And that's part of the reason why I love this plant. It just grows. It will die back. As long as the roots are healthy, you have a plant. And the leaves on these guys, I'll show you this one, come in so silver. It's really pretty. And the backs have like a hint of purple to them, and they put out the little crystals on the backs. I thought they were pests at first when I first was checking up on the plant. I got real scared. I was like, oh, what the hell? But they're not. They're just the little nectarine crystals or whatever they are. They're not pests. So another reason to really like this plant, there are no pests. There hasn't been any pests. I would have thought maybe this plant got like spider mites easily, but it hasn't. And I just want to show you all the new growth that's coming out of all these nodes that I had recently killed the leaves off of. And it's just like such a pretty plant. It really is. It definitely shines in the light. And it has like beautiful blue hue to it. A blue silver hue. It's almost like surrounding. I'm going to show you this big leaf again and hope you can see what I'm seeing. But it's almost like a light silver on top of the blue around the veins of the plant. I don't know if it's picking up on the camera, but it's really pretty. It's also a really easy grower. And I haven't had too much plant drama with this other than when I moved, it kind of got stuck in a box for a little bit, not watered, and a lot of the leaves did fall off. But it's grown back. I think this plant grows better than the Sisus discolor. I haven't tried that plant yet, so I can't really say anything. But she's doing really well. Yeah. Alright, the next plant I want to show you guys is my Philodendron painted lady. Look at her. So I have a larger plant of this. This plant I actually got from Albert over at Breaking Borke. And I got it as a couple of leaves I think it was on it. And it was like just the cutting, that he had started rooting and sent over to me. And look at this. I think I've had it a little over a year now. I'm not 100% sure. But she is consistently putting out leaves. I'm going to help her. I know you're not supposed to, but let's see. That was pretty easy. We have another leaf right here that needs no help coming out. And yeah, some of the smaller leaves when it first came out didn't have as much light, so there wasn't as much variegation. They were pretty bland. But now, with my new plant room setup, there's just so much light. And these leaves are just they're beautiful. You could see very clearly the pink veining down the middle and also along the edges. I don't know if you can tell, but along the edges, maybe if I show you the back, you could see it better. It's pink. So it's pink along the edges and down the center. It's really pretty. And then it looks like a little mosaic painting of a whole bunch of different shades of green and almost yellows. But yeah, I love this plant. Thank you, Albert, for sending it to me. It has done wonderfully. And yeah, I can't wait to see this guy grow taller and bigger. And yeah, so Philodendron painted lady. All right, the next plant I'm gonna show you is a Hoya. It is my Hoya Retusa. Now, I know some people are gonna be like, this is an ugly Hoya. I know. I thought so too when I first bought it, but I still bought it because, you know, I was like, oh, it's a new Hoya. And I struggled with this plant for such a long time. I mean, every time I watered it, it was having yellowing leaves. It was such an issue. I think just the roots weren't as established as I guess they needed to be. But we finally got there. And all of this is new. I had taken this plant and wrapped it around itself because it was really bald on top because I kept like killing off leaves. It was happening. And so I don't actually know how many plants are in there, but it looks like a couple of them had rooted down. And this is all brand new. This is a brand new tendril, brand new leaves, brand new stems. I haven't seen any peduncles. And I know the Retusa will only put out a single flower for each peduncle, or so I've seen from every other person who's gotten a Retusa to bloom. So I guess the peduncles don't have to be that large, but yeah, nothing yet, but we got new growth all the way at the end, looking really good, and I'm excited to actually see this guy become full and lush. And I do think they are really pretty when it's a full specimen. When it's kind of just like this, like what is that? It just looks like some crazy grass. But once it starts trailing, it's a really cool plant. So Hoya Retusa. All right, the next plant I'm going to show you is another Hoya, and it is the Hoya korada Sumatra. So I got this plant from Paul and Sandy's over in Connecticut. Go check them out. It's definitely worth it. And I'm showcasing this plant because it grows like a beast. Like a beast. It's tangled onto itself. It was tangled on other plants. There's just a lot. There's a lot. It looks, oh, is that a peduncle? I don't know if that is a peduncle. That looks like a peduncle to me. It does. I think that's a peduncle. I don't think it's like fully formed. It looks really small. But I don't know what the flower situation is for this type of plant. But I love the leaves on this guy. It's like almost like a camouflagey type of look. It's like a speckling or splotching. More of a splotching than a speckling. So it's a splotching of mint green on top of the darker green. And the leaves are fuzzy. Top, bottom, stems, everything is fuzzy. Can you see the fuzz? I don't know. But it is such a fuzzy, maybe you could hear it, hold on. Can you hear that? That is the fuzz on this plant. It's beautiful. And it's a fast grower, which is crazy because the first time I ordered one of these plants, I imported it and it died like almost immediately. But if you can get it in person and the roots are established and it's like a real plant, it takes off. I've only had this for like a couple of months and it has put out more leaves than like some of the plants I've had for years. So yeah, and I just like, I love these leaves. These are some newer leaves. They are a little bit smaller, but that's okay. But they're just like so pretty. So pretty. Can you see? Can you see? Alright, Hoya korada Sumatra. Alright, the next plant I want to show you, the last plant, is a big boy. It is the Philodendron Meiwai. Meiwai is this guy. So I got this as a cutting from the plant dealer, and this is the original leaf. We still have her. And then she put out a couple of smaller leaves down here. I don't know if you can see, but a couple of smaller leaves down here, like two. And then she started putting out these bigger boys, which I'm just going to show you the backs really quick. I love seeing like the veining. I don't know, I guess I'm just really into venation, but like you can see like all of the veins in there. It's so pretty, all the like the secondary veins and everything. I hope you can see this. It's so pretty. And then we put out this leaf, looking gorgeous. I'll show you the back. And we have this leaf, which is in the process of unfurling. And I love how it looks. I hope you can see this. And then we have another little leaf growing in right there. Another little leaf coming in. So yeah, this guy takes off. I would highly, highly recommend the Philodendron Meiwai. It's got a very unique and cool leaf shape. It has some venation for those of us who really love the venation of the plants. And so far it's growing for me. The stem kind of went a little wild in here. I don't know if you could even see that. It kind of bent in on itself. So I think this might be a crawling plant. Not sure. But it puts out aerial roots, it puts out roots, and it puts out leaves. And I love looking at this plant. Even this leaf that has like some yellowing on it because it was like, you know, the first leaf and all that. It's still beautiful. Like, it's gorgeous. I can't stop looking at it. It sits like right here. And every time I come in here, it's like the first plant I look at. So, yeah. Philodendron Meiwai. Alrighty guys, so those are my top 5 favorites of the month of February 2023. Let me know what your opinions are of these plants. Do you have some of these plants? And what are your favorite plants right now? And as always, until next time, relax, plants, peace out.